We live in a time where our attention is fractured into fragments, torn between 1,000 tabs, blinking notifications, endless demands, and silent fears. It's easy to miss the sacred in the ordinary, to overlook what is right in front of us, while chasing what seems more important, more impressive, or more urgent. But the truth is, the real breakthrough often hides in the now. The present moment is not just a random blur in the storyline of your life. It's a divine appointment. What you're facing today, whether it's a difficult conversation, an ordinary routine, or even a moment of silence, holds the potential to grow your soul and open your heart to joy if you embrace it fully. You see, there's something powerful about being present, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. When you stop resisting what is and begin to honor what's right before you with gratitude, a shift happens inside you. You stop living as a victim of your circumstances and start participating in your transformation. Gratitude does more than make you feel better. It multiplies your capacity. It expands your ability to love, to endure, to forgive, to create, and to lead. When you pause and say, "Thank you for even the smallest of blessings," your mind begins to unclench, your shoulders relax, and your spirit finds room to breathe. This is how strength is cultivated. Not in grand victories, but in humble acknowledgement of what you already have. Too often we ask, when will things change? When we should ask, what can I do with what I've been given today? Because the truth is, the next chapter of your life is being written by the way you live this sentence. The teachings of Jesus never called us to escape the present. He called us to engage it with purpose, with peace, and with presence. He reminded us to pay attention to the people around us, to see the value in the overlooked, to serve with joy even in hidden corners. And when we do that, when we bring our full selves to the now, we partner with something greater than ourselves. We become co-authors of a story that far exceeds anything we could script alone. And yet, as we step into the day, we often carry with us unresolved pressures, the worries of yesterday, the to-do lists of tomorrow, the invisible expectations we place on ourselves. We rush into our routines, half awake and half aware. But what if you started differently? What if your first words in the morning weren't stress-driven thoughts or rushed obligations, but words of surrender and praise? Not because everything is perfect, but because you're willing to align your heart before your feet hit the ground. Starting your day this way doesn't eliminate the battles, but it shifts your footing. It reminds you that you're not facing the world alone. You become more grounded, more centered, more attuned to what truly matters. And when the day ends and the world grows quiet, let your final words be ones of trust and gratitude, not just for what went well, but for the strength that got you through the rest. There's something healing about handing over the things you can't control as you prepare to rest. Life has a way of continuing even while you sleep. And the good news is, you are not alone even in your most vulnerable hours. The sleeplessness, the overthinking, the tightening in your chest from unspoken tension, they don't go unnoticed. You are seen. You are held. You are protected even in the silence. Peace doesn't always come from having all the answers. Sometimes it comes from knowing you're not expected to carry everything by yourself. This brings us to one of the most overlooked but powerful truths. Your prayers matter. Even the ones whispered through tears or muttered when you feel too tired to form a sentence. They are not wasted. Your voice doesn't have to be loud to be heard. The honesty of your heart carries more weight than perfect words ever could. Keep praying. Keep asking. Keep knocking. Not as someone begging a closed door to open, but as someone invited to seek with boldness and hope. Sometimes the answers come quickly. Other times they come slowly, subtly, through lessons learned in the waiting. But they always come. Not always in the way you expect, but always in the way you need. When answers delay or look unfamiliar, that doesn't mean you've been ignored. It may mean something deeper is being shaped within you. And while it's tempting to give up when the outcome doesn't match the vision, don't. You are not planting seeds into concrete. You are sowing into soil, being prepared for something beyond your understanding. And if you feel like nothing is changing, remember, the quiet phase is often the most transformational. When Jesus spoke of persistence, he didn't frame it as punishment. He framed it as partnership. He knew that faith was forged in those moments when you choose to keep walking, keep believing, even when you're not sure where the path is taking you. The challenge is real. We live in a world that thrives on instant gratification. Fast results, quick fixes, rapid replies. But transformation doesn't follow that timeline. The kind of strength that endures, the kind of love that sustains, the kind of peace that surpasses. It is cultivated over time, often in the shadows. That's why Jesus always reminded us to look not at what is seen, but at what is being formed beneath the surface. Your acts of prayer, gratitude, and presence, they aren't small gestures. They are seeds being planted. And in the right season, they will bear fruit. So today, let this be your commitment to fully live this moment, to receive the present not as a placeholder for better days ahead, but as sacred ground where love can grow, peace can flourish, and trust can deepen. Let the first breath of your day be an offering. Let the final thought of your night be a release. And in between, fill the space with prayer, not as ritual, but as relationship. Talk to the one who knows the full picture. Trust the author who is writing your story. And believe, truly believe, that even when the plot twists surprise you, the ending has already been marked by goodness. You don't need to be perfect to be heard. You don't need to have it all figured out to take the next step. All you need is the courage to be present, the faith to keep asking, and the heart to be grateful. That's when transformation happens, not in leaps and bounds, but in the slow, steady surrender to love greater than your fear, to peace stronger than your chaos, and to grace deeper than your doubt. And that, right here, right now, is more than enough. Have you ever reached the end of your energy and wondered, how much more can I take? That moment when you're emotionally spent, physically drained, and spiritually unsure if you have it in you to rise again the next day. That's where many people live today, not thriving, but surviving. And it's in these moments that the world teaches us to push harder, hustle more, or fake strength. But the truth is, you don't need to force your way forward when grace is ready to carry you. You weren't created to run at full speed every single day. There are seasons when walking is enough. And then there are seasons when even walking is too much. And in those times, those quiet, painful, vulnerable times, you are allowed to be carried. You are not a burden to the one who loves you. You're not a disappointment for being tired. In fact, being carried is part of the journey. It's not a weakness. It's an invitation to trust a strength greater than your own. You see, Jesus taught us something powerful through the way he cared for people. He never scolded those who were weary. He didn't rush those who were weak. He came close. He offered rest. He reminded them, and reminds us, that the point of life isn't to always have everything under control, but to stay close to the one who does. And that closeness doesn't come through performance. It comes through surrender. When you give up the lie that you have to handle everything alone, you step into a deeper truth. You are supported, you are seen, and you are safe. Think about how seeds grow. No one walks through a garden yelling at the dirt to bloom faster. We understand that under the surface, unseen by the eye, transformation is taking place. The same is true for you. There are seasons when nothing visible seems to be happening. The prayers feel unanswered. The goals feel distant. The dreams feel forgotten. But growth is still happening. The soil of your soul is being stirred. The roots of your character are going deeper. The spiritual fruit you long to see, peace, patience, love, resilience, is maturing in hidden places. Jesus often taught through parables, and many of them involve soil, seeds, gardens, vineyards, images that remind us growth is a process. It doesn't come all at once. It doesn't arrive wrapped in a bow. And sometimes the most critical parts of your transformation are the ones no one claps for. The silent battles you fight in your heart, the forgiveness you offer in private, the discipline you keep when no one is watching. But make no mistake, those hidden victories are sacred. So don't despise the quiet seasons. Don't resent the invisible growth. If you feel like you're in the dark, maybe that's just because you're still underground, not buried, but planted. And in the right time, with the right conditions, what's growing inside you will come bursting forth in beauty. Keep nurturing your soul with truth. Keep drinking from the living well of wisdom and love. Stay connected. Stay rooted. Remember this, you are not behind. You are not failing. You are becoming. And sometimes becoming looks like stillness. Sometimes it looks like tears. Sometimes it even looks like nothing at all. But trust this, when you are grounded in grace, your life will bear witness, not just to your strength, but to the one who carried you through.